Hello, and welcome to this segment of the Women in 3D Printing Next Gen AMA Career Interviews. My name is Sanjana Narayanan, and I'll be your host. In this series, I'll be introducing you to some of the most accomplished and inspiring women in additive manufacturing, so you can learn about what it takes to build a career in the industry. As a student, one of the best ways to gain early exposure to your field of interest is through an internship. But what does an internship look like in 3D printing? In today's interview, we'll be hearing from Grace and Candy, two interns at MakerGirl. Grace is a junior at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, majoring in accounting and pursuing a minor through the Hoeft Technology and Management Program. At MakerGirl, she has served as a fundraising director, and she has educated over 350 girls through the Virtual Sessions program. Candy is a senior at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, majoring in natural resources and environmental science. At MakerGirl, she served as the internal director, and she organized Deloitte Day, which had over 80 girls go through the program in just one day. She has also helped lead the Virtual Sessions program. Stay tuned to hear about their experiences at MakerGirl and how you can pursue an internship opportunity like theirs. Hi, Grace and Candy. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Of course. Well, let's dive right in. Could you tell us a bit about MakerGirl and how you guys got involved?
Yeah, so I can start it off. So MakerGirl is a nonprofit organization that started in a social entrepreneurship class at the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign in the fall semester of 2014 when students were asked what bothers them. Our co-founders, Julia and Lizzie, were bothered by the lack of women in STEM fields and C-suite positions, which led them to create MakerGirl. And like I said, MakerGirl is a nonprofit that runs via academies at different universities across the country. And our main goal is to educate girls ages 7 through 10 about STEM through 3D printing workshops. And Julia and Lizzie chose 3D printing as the focus of our sessions because it shows these girls that 3D printing in STEM can be creative, and allowing the girls to build their own designs and receive them at the end of the session really shows and proves to them that they can be involved in STEM. And I got involved in MakerGirl towards the end of my fall semester of freshman year of college. And as an accounting major, I knew I wanted to be involved in technology and include some sort of organization with STEM in my academic and professional career path. And so I am pursuing a minor in technology and management, but I was at a Society of Women in Business meeting when I heard about MakerGirl, and a member was talking about the organization and recruiting, and just the combination of 3D printing technology that I had never used before and helping young girls were just two things that I'm passionate about. I've always done volunteer things and just helping others and giving back. So with that combination of a technology I'd never used, I was an organization I was immediately drawn to. And so, like I said, I never used 3D printing before, but MakerGirl has really given me that opportunity to explore a whole new side of technology.
Yeah, Grace and I actually started working for MakerGirl at the same time, and it has been so fun learning about 3D printing with her. I first heard about MakerGirl through my sorority. It caught my interest because I love working with children, and I supported MakerGirl's mission to close the gender gap disparity in the STEM field. When I was a child, I also participated in a STEM program, and it gave me a more positive, open attitude towards math and science. So I kind of wanted to just bring a similar experience to other girls through MakerGirl. And during our sessions, we actually teach the girls how to use a computer-aided design program called Tinkercad, and we talk them through how to use 3D printing and how it works, and expose them to women in STEM who they could potentially look up to as role models. We like to incorporate different themes like animals or fashion to create an environment where they can explore STEM and be creative at the same time.
That's great, thank you. And I know that you've both worked on developing educational content for 7 to 10-year-old girls. And how have these sessions and material impacted these girls? Were there any major takeaways?
Yeah, so this summer, Candy and I have really worked on transforming our usual in-person 3D printing sessions to totally virtual. And so this has definitely been a challenge, but super rewarding. And with this transformation, we've created a lot of new session materials and kind of a new session format as well. And one of my favorite parts of our sessions that we did in person and now are also doing virtually, despite it looking a little different, is the show and tell portion. And so during this show and tell portion of our section, we asked the girls to share their designs and what they created, and also answer what their favorite part of the day was, what they learned, and who a maker girl is to them. And so this is the part of the session where they really kind of come out of their shell, and it's just awesome and rewarding to hear all of their responses. Some girls say that their favorite part of the session is the whole thing, or just mainly working in Tinkercad and creating that 3D design. And so it's really nice to hear them being impacted by our sessions. Additionally, something we've implemented this summer is a guardian feedback survey. So after our sessions, we send it out to the guardians, and they are able to fill it out and provide any feedback that they have. And fortunately, we've been receiving a lot of positive words about our sessions, and specifically one parent has said that her daughter was never really into Legos, and so Tinkercad and our sessions have been a great way for her to improve those spatial skills that she might have missed out on improving through Legos. So it's just another great takeaway and impact that maybe the girls themselves don't realize they're having, or we're having on them, but we definitely are helping improve those spatial skills, which is something good to remember.
Yeah, I've also noticed that through our sessions, we are encouraging a design thinking process where they brainstorm ideas, create their 3D print, and share their comments about designs and their ideas. And after the session, students are able to make improvements to their design. We recently had a session with a Girl Scout troop in New Jersey, and their scout leader mentioned how engaged the girls were and that they were messaging each other about questions about their design and trying their new ideas with each other. So they're learning to approach problems from different perspectives and like working together. It is also, like Grace mentioned, been so rewarding to see an increase in confidence with these girls. Sometimes when they first start, they're very shy and reserved, but the more they come back and keep designing and practicing, they're more willing to share and be proud of the work that they've done. So you can even see it in their designs when they become more complex as well.
Definitely, that's so important. In your experience, what do you feel are the biggest advantages of learning about 3D printing as a student?
Yeah, for me as a business student, the biggest advantage of learning about 3D printing as a student is that it has definitely opened my eyes to and viewpoint to different career paths. MakerGirl's goal is to educate and inspire those 7 to 10-year-old girls, but I always say and hope that I'm teaching these girls half as much as I'm learning by being a part of the organization. I've really learned that my college major doesn't define me. I can venture outside of business and involve myself in technology if I want to, or just any other field that may not directly relate to my major. Also, just I've learned, and I know Candy can vouch for this, that we've learned so many hands-on just life skills and that are also STEM skills, from working the 3D printers to troubleshooting and fixing them to even maintaining our MakerGirl van, has been just experiences and skills that are super important, and I never really thought about them before, but being a part of MakerGirl has given us the chance to learn these skills where when we wouldn't have learned them in a classroom or in any other setting.
Yeah, for me, I was able to explore a side of STEM that I had little knowledge of as well. Working in 3D printing has allowed me to learn about the industry and how the process of designing works, and it has really just widened my options in terms of what careers I want to pursue in the future and how 3D printing can maybe be incorporated in it. And just teaching basic functions of 3D printing to children has allowed me to improve my communication and public speaking skills as well.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. And could you guys tell us about some of your favorite projects at MakerGirl?
Yeah, my favorite project at MakerGirl has definitely been this summer. You can see the picture on the screen is a screenshot of a session from this summer, and it just really captures how fun we've had and the girls have had during our sessions. But on the other hand, at the beginning of the summer, we were able to kind of be a project for Deloitte Consulting and spent some time working with them so that they would understand our organization and really help us launch and create MakerGirl Goes Virtual this summer. And so since I would love to work for Deloitte or a similar company, just getting that experience was truly invaluable. Also, having the opportunity to just have 3D printers in our house and being forced to troubleshoot and fix them when things go wrong has been challenging, but a great learning experience and just fun in general. But overall, bringing our 3D sessions and our 3D printing sessions and giving the girls their 3D print designs to girls across the country really has been so much fun. And I just love creating the session materials as well and interacting with Candy and the rest of the MakerGirl team as well as these young girls almost every day.
Yeah, in addition to MakerGirl Goes Virtual being one of my favorite projects as well, I really enjoy working with the girls and Mary and Grace. I also enjoyed working on Impact Day with Deloitte. It's their day of service where they give back to the community, and I was able to be a part of that. We provided a session to over 80 girls in just one day. I think you mentioned that earlier, but it was such a valuable experience in terms of reaching out to the community and networking. I was able to reach out to local businesses and public schools. It was just a lot of fun to bring everything together. And I was also able to learn more about project management and event planning skills. It's a hard learning curve, but I was able to practice making cold calls, sending emails, just being persistent and really working towards putting the event together was really amazing. And you can see that from the picture, I was in charge also of a STEM activity, and it was so fun to talk to all the girls that I've never met before and to see them so engaged in what we were doing.
Sounds like an awesome program and an amazing event. Thank you. And what advice would you have for a student that's looking to involve themselves in 3D technology?
Yeah, my biggest piece of advice for college students is just to really do your research and search for a 3D printer lab on your campus. Many colleges these days, I do feel like have one. It's just the challenge of finding it. They're often kind of hidden gems. For example, at U of I, the first 3D printing lab on campus was in the Gies College of Business called the Illinois Maker Lab. And I feel like that is definitely maybe not where you would initially think to look for a 3D printing lab. So definitely trying to maybe get online, research, talk to people on campus to just figure out where it is. And then once you find it, you'll be able to find the opportunities involved with working in the 3D printing lab.
Yeah, and just learning about the design process is a great first step in getting involved with 3D printing. You can utilize free CAD design softwares like Tinkercad. That's the program that we teach the girls, and it's simple to learn, just needs a little more, you just need to practice a little. And you can also send these designs to websites that will print them out for you, and just learning about the process of that is just a great way to start with 3D printing. You can also, for college students, look for for potential research opportunities involving 3D printing in different labs in your university. For example, here at the UI, that we have a research lab working on 3D printing tumor microenvironments. So there are a lot of different fields you can explore with 3D printing. So if you're a high school student or even a college student, you could also always volunteer for MakerGirl. We want to continue our virtual sessions for the fall. So that is an opportunity that you can take advantage of.
Yeah, I totally agree. Thank you so much. Well, that concludes our session with Grace and Candy, and thank you both for sharing your 3D printing journey, and it's been an absolute pleasure to hear about your experiences in the field.
Thank you.
It's been so fun.
Thank you for tuning in for our interview with Grace and Candy. For more information about women in 3D printing, be sure to visit our website. And if you found this video helpful, please hit the like and subscribe button below. We hope to see you for our next segment.